Good times, there's gonna be good times, good times. I know there's gonna be.
What is happening, team? What's up? What's up? We are back with, let me just have a quick little think here. Episode 4. Just released a potty with our man, Captain Lawrence, which is out tonight. But, well, tonight from the day that I'm recording. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base and jump on just to go over a potty that kind of had a bit more detail about what Good Times Club was. Because I guess a few people probably wondering, like, you know, they knew I had a, excuse me, sorry. They knew I had a podcast a while back, which is kind of what this is now related to in a way. And yeah, I just wanted to touch base and basically go through a few things of what this means to me, the whole reason why I started it. And yeah, just touch base in detail really and go through it with you guys so that we all get a better understanding of what this is, because this to me is more than just a podcast really. You know, some, you might look at this as being just a podcast, but for this to really work for me, I really would love to grow a community around it, hence the name Good Times Club. Because yeah, I do want this to be a club and to elaborate into, you know, having workshops for people or get-togethers or days, like wellness groups, and yeah, just something a bit bigger than having a chat. And I guess the whole reason why this started was based around mental health. So I have actually left up episode 1 of my original podcast, which was Better Sunday Club, and that kind of goes through a bit of detail around why everything started and my whole purpose around this whole project. But that started, and I guess it went on for a few episodes, and I just used to podcast from home. The first episode was actually done in a studio with a mate of mine, Jack Anderson, so really lucky to have him. But yeah, the podcast went on for a little bit, and I kind of just gave up on it really. I lost my purpose for why I started everything. And I guess that stemmed from my own mental health. So when that podcast started, I was going through some issues, but I actually didn't really know how bad they were at the time. So they elaborated a lot and, you know, grew into some other stuff. So I went through some more struggles, as I've spoken about beforehand, you know, like getting someone pregnant, not actually realizing, finding out later, and yeah, it kind of just unraveled into a whole heap of different challenges. And so, you know, time went on. I was still trying to do the podcast, but deep down I was hurting so much on the inside and was lost, didn't know myself anymore. I kind of just gave up on it, and I was like, fuck, I just don't really want to start talking about my mental health when I can't even cope with it at the moment. Like, I shouldn't be trying to preach or help people at the moment when I can't even help myself. So yeah, basically that was why everything stopped and why I kind of gave up on it, because yeah, it just was no longer important to me. But anyway, you know, took 4 months off last year, really knuckled down on my mental health, and started seeing a psychologist and stuff, and tried to figure out the ways of why my brain was operating the way it did. Because, you know, obviously when the challenges hit me, I was living up in Auckland. I did have great support up there, but I was too shy to talk about it. As we all know, you know, everyone says speak up, but a lot of the time you speak up and you're trying to figure out where the support is around it. So for me, that was quite a big issue. But then, yeah, moved home, took 4 months off, had a massive rest, and yeah, just started seeing my psychologist, understanding my mind, why I operated in certain ways. Actually understanding that a lot of my challenges now that are popping up stemmed way back from when I was a kid, or, you know, a youth growing up, and these were things that were coming to the surface still that I hadn't dealt with. So yeah, I guess fast forward to now, we're in 2022 now. I'm in a much better headspace. Obviously, you know, as most people, we have days where we're up and down. Nobody's perfect. but I've learnt to adapt and how to operate a lot better. I can see triggers very easily now. I know when I'm about to break down. So yeah, I can give myself the rest, the nutrients, the space that I need, all the very basics that we as humans need to operate with. So yeah, I guess now, awesome opportunity coming along with 138 TV, and it sparked the idea. So I was sitting down with Carlos in our meeting when he first wanted to bring me on, and he brought up the idea of, oh bro, it'd be wicked to get you on a podcast to start your own. And I was like, oh, actually, I did used to have one focused around mental health. And he was wearing this cap. So it was actually from one of our collections, which was Good Times Club. And instantly I thought, wow, okay, this is a perfect name. It entices what the brand's done before, and also it ties in what I've done before. We can really carry this on and build a community off it, which is what we had spoken about as well. So then off the back of this, now we're at episode 4 of this podcast, and we're going through pretty much what this is all about. So Good Times Club isn't just a podcast. For me, it's a community that we're slowly building. It's for people to come along to where they can feel comfortable and in an environment where they're not judged, where we can actually come together and say, hey, look, you can speak up, but here's the support around it. This is your community here where you can actually come to, you can learn, you can grow, you can adapt, and you can actually focus on yourself as well, or on other people if that's a thing. So for me, it's really important that we go through this and kind of touch base on what Good Times Club really is, because, as I spoke about earlier on, I guess the biggest challenge for me and for a lot of other people is everyone say, speak up, speak up. It's okay to talk. It's okay to not be okay. But in reality, there's actually not a lot of support around it from that physical perspective, because, a lot of people don't know how to deal with people when they speak up, or when you're kind of faced with the issues head on until it's too late. And that is the harsh reality for many of us. So I guess with this now, we're slowly building. We are looking to interview more people as the podcast goes on. We basically release an episode every Thursday at 6 p.m, which is wicked. There's great consistency there. This is utilized through, obviously, chats with other people who are in my circle that I know. We reach out to people, or obviously personal conversations, which is also important, building our community and you guys getting to know me, because obviously being at the face of this podcast and at the brand, I really want to be authentic and true to everyone and speak the truth and let you guys know who I am, so that we can all kind of be on the same level and understanding from each other. So yeah, going forward, I guess we're looking at doing more wellness days now. So looking logistically at how this is going to work, we're probably going to build maybe something every Monday, or every second Monday for now, because I travel over from Rotorua to the Mount every week, but I do every second Monday and Tuesday, and then every off week I do a Thursday, Friday. So looking at probably doing on a Monday where we have a wellness morning, a get together. And I know we're coming into winter, but obviously that's not going to stop it. The weather's not really in our way too much, to be fair. So kind of coming together, obviously with 138 as well, and building this community where people can come to have little wellness mornings where we maybe exercise, or just chill out on the beach or at a community spot, get to know each other and just have a good time, let loose really, and just be human for once, without any judgments at all, and just supporting each other. So for me, that's really cool. I'm really excited about that, and slowly building this into something that's much larger than just a podcast. Obviously looking forward from the future, it'll be wicked to reach out to sponsors, obviously get people involved to push this out to more people. For now, we'll probably do it locally here in the Mount. We might push out to Tauranga, Papamoa, around there, and then eventually to other cities, and you never know. Ideally, would love to take this worldwide. I'm sure Carlos is sitting there thinking the same thing. Definitely, he's nodding his head. I don't think he's on the mic, but here we go.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, nice, bro. Thank you. But yeah, we've had chats about it before, so that's real awesome about what we want to do. But yeah, there's tons of podcasts out there that are, I guess some of them are doing the same, some of them aren't. But for us, this isn't no longer really a podcast. It's a community that we're building. It's a club, hence the name Good Times Club. So we want people just to experience those good times and to uplift each other. I guess looking into the future more with that. We want to interview guests either locally or internationally as well, building around their ideas of what makes them better, what makes those good times tick for them. So, with Lawrence, obviously, the day we recorded, he came in here, so he's a pilot. If you've listened to the episode, you'll understand. But then he really touched on his mental health journey. So I guess, that's what we want to try to do, is open up to people, get them to open up to us, have a bit of the light chat, have a bit of the heavy chat as well, and really just go in depth and see where we can go from there. Sweet, sorry team, we just had a little break there, just trying to recollect my thoughts about what I was going to chat about, just to carry this on a bit. But I guess working with the brand now with 138, with the TV side of things, so we're really promoting on there. From a podcast perspective, we've got obviously Have a Lick, Hustlers, my podcast as well, and then another one which is kind of like just an update on the brand, I guess. So we've all got the channel now, 138 TV. Everything's run through there. So with this platform, we're utilizing through YouTube, Spotify podcasts, and Apple Music, which is great for us. Obviously we've got an audio side and then a visual side, which has really been able to push out to many people. So we're just trying to grow the brand a little bit at the moment, introduce new ideas, try new things, test the waters. And for the podcast, it's great for me, I guess. And we all kind of want the same thing with growing the community and building it, which is pretty cool. But I think it's pretty much touched on most of what I wanted to chat about anyway. There's probably going to be other sections as well on the podcast, like Q&As that we'll do, a bit of the funnier stuff. But I did actually record one. I've now deleted it. Some people might have listened to it, but I guess it was just a little bit silly in a way. Like, it was cool, it was funny and it's great to have a laugh. But I do want to keep that, but obviously still from a professional side in a way, just to not lose the taste of the podcast too much and what Good Times Club is about. But that pretty much wraps up most of the things anyway. Just a short little snippet there, chatting about what we're about and why we're doing it, how we're doing it, and kind of the future of this potty. So if you do want to get in touch anyway, if you are listening to this and want to jump on, feel free to email or message the podcast. You can message me at quinn@138.co.nz. But looking to grow forward. So we release every Thursday, 6 p.m. Let's try to get some nice consistency in there and build this platform and see where we can go. I look forward to the next chat, team. Thanks for tuning in.